G'day guys, welcome back to another episode of my FIFA 23 Chelsea Career Mode series, the series where we progress in real time, going throughout each individual Premier League match day, weekend to weekend, both in-game and in real life, having some fun in the career mode and expressing my thoughts and feelings on what's going on in real life as well. In this episode, we will be playing one game up against West Ham United in the Premier League, and I'll also be expressing my thoughts on what's just happened in real life with the Aston Villa game. Now, I am recording this episode before the game has actually taken place, so I'm going to insert myself talking about my thoughts right now. Alrighty, so it's me from the future, but when you're watching this video, it's still technically me from the past. Time is weird, let's not think about it. Anyway, so I just finished watching the Aston Villa game, full time just happened, and I must say it was one of those results that we really just had to grind out the result. We didn't play our best football. I think Aston Villa actually did play quite well. They dominated possession in moments throughout the game. They sort of dictated tempo and had some really decent attacking opportunities. But I think what made the difference was the difference in quality. You know, Aston Villa, they have some decent plays, but none that can really switch it over and be the big impact player, unlike Chelsea, who have superstars littered throughout their team. And I have to say, Steven Gerrard is in a very precarious situation because he is, copping a lot of scrutiny and his job security is not there at all. Unlike Graham Potter, who is still able to grind out results with a team that is evolving, that is growing, that is coming to learn his style of football. And he is now 5 wins in a row, and I must say I am really liking what I am seeing overall. In saying that, I must say there was 2 things that I was very disappointed by. Raheem Sterling and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang were absolutely atrocious, I thought, in this game. They just were not involved at all. They had 0 impact on the game. Aubameyang, I don't even think really had an opportunity to really get a strike on goal at all. It was really bizarre to see him nowhere on the field in an attacking opportunity. And then Raheem Sterling, of course, he's one of those players that we brought in that was supposed to be a creative outlet. Nothing from him today. And then the other thing that I thought was a bit problematic was the fact that we did a lot of defending today. When we went 1 goal up, thanks to that Tyrone Mings blunder, I don't even know how to explain it. It was just so bizarre. But after that mistake and we went 1 goal up, we did sit back a lot. We decided to, dig deep and put in a defensive, performance. And I don't know if that was the most wisest of things to do, because I think against a better opposition, they may actually punish us. In saying that, whilst those 2 things gave me some concern and moment of pause, I will say with 100% certainty and with great confidence that I am back on the Kepa Arrizabalaga train. I am a believer, ladies and gentlemen. I think this guy has turned his career around at Chelsea, and he has shown that it is possible that if you put in good performances, and we have to say that there is a bit of luck involved with the managerial change and the fresh set of eyes that are looking at him. But I must say those saves that he made today, especially in the first half, were absolutely exceptional. Kepa was fantastic, one of the best performances he's put on in a Chelsea shirt. So very happy for him. Very happy for the substitutions that came on as well. I think the tactical change that Graham Potter made was very good. But yeah, even though Sterling and Aubameyang had no impact on the game, Mason Mount, he got us the goals, and that was the difference for this Chelsea versus Aston Villa game in the Premier League. So those were my overall thoughts on the Chelsea versus Aston Villa game, and I'm going to throw it back to me in the past to continue the career mode. So enjoy the rest of the video. So those were my thoughts on the real life result against Aston Villa. I have no idea. Did we win, lose, draw? Who knows? Hopefully we got the 3 points. But before we do get into the West Ham United fixture, I also want to be going into the squad hub, and I want to explore with you guys the development section of this game. So there's a few players that I want to make some slight adjustments to, and make sure that they're training up certain skills and positions and stuff. And also with Thiago Silva especially, I want to make sure that we've got something set up for him so that his stats don't decline as rapidly. Because in this game, if you give training to young players showing potential, they grow really fast. But if you give a specific training to an older player whose stats are on the decline, it kind of slows that progress. So we're going to go throughout the squad here. Edouard Mendy, I'm happy with him staying unbalanced, as well as Kepa. Ben Chilwell, he's obviously a player that has is going to be featuring a lot for us, and we definitely want to see him improving as much as possible. So I want to see his defensive work rate increase. High is what I would like, sprinting up and down the field with as equal intensity as possible. So defensive wingback is what I'm going to select for him. Marc Cucurella also has not got the left wingback position provided for him, so I'm going to have that put on as well, because that is a position that he will be playing in throughout this season. So we want to make sure that his stats are at max capabilities when he is playing in that position, because you know how they get given a certain positions that they can play, but if they're out of position, then they lose stats. At least that's my understanding of how the game works. So for Fana, he's a player that is showing potential and want to see improve. So let's go with maybe a ball-playing defender. I'd like to see an increase on his weak foot. I think that's a skill that would be beneficial to have. And all the other assets that are being increased there, I'm happy with, especially the defensive ones. So let's go with that one there. Thiago Silva. Now, he's already gone by 2 overall ratings, and the season's kind of only just started. I think we're only 7 games in. I did talk in a previous episode. It's my opinion that for the first season of a career mode, when you first boot in, everyone who is in their older age should keep their stats for the entirety of that season. And then after the second season begins, then this sort of feature can kick in. Just because I feel like it's so silly when you first boot up on career mode, you get 2 games into the Premier League season or whatever league you're playing in, and then your veterans just already start going down. We've seen that with Aubameyang already. So it's not a feature that I'm a huge fan of, to be honest. But let's go with, I think Stopper would be the best one, because I want to make sure that his sprint speed and acceleration is going down the best. Maybe defensive centre back would be good, because it also would keep stand tackle and slide tackle at their best as well. So I think that's the one we're going to go with for Thiago Silva, and that's only going to take about 9 weeks or so, assuming he's in good form. I'm going to do the same thing for Cesar Azpilicueta. He's a player that will be featuring a decent amount throughout the season when he's coming in for Fofana on that right centre back position. So let's do the same defensive centre back. Now, Reece James is one of those players in career mode that can have extremely accelerated growth if you give him good training and keep him in good to excellent form. He's already in excellent form in this career mode, and we want to make sure that momentum is continuing as much as possible, unlike in real life where he has just picked up a very nasty injury that's going to see him out for 8 weeks. And missing the World Cup for England, which is extremely disappointing, because he is England's best right back or right defensive player, wherever that would be in Gareth Southgate's plans. But very disappointing news that came out of the Potter press conference the other day, that he was not looking good. So I think we should maintain the same logic that we had with Ben Chilwell, having the high work rates. So let's go with that. Conor Gallagher is also a player that we want to see improving. 79 is his rating as of right now. And he has high with his work rates, which I'm very pleased to see. But his weak foot, only 2 stars, mate. FIFA thinks Conor Gallagher doesn't have a left foot at all. So let's maybe go with Playmaker. I think that's the one that improves that. So let's definitely go with that, because we want to see him be able to make really precise passes with that left foot. And all those passing attributes are going to go up, so that's a good thing, as well as composure. Definitely happy about that. Kai Havertz, he's going to be our main man up top for the first 6 months of this career mode. So Shadow Striker is what I'm going to go with, making his attacking work rate high, as well as giving him all the good assets that are needed for a centre forward in this team. And with Mason Mount, as you can see here, it says he can play cam and right wing. And for me personally, I would like to see him have the ability to play in central midfield. So that is what I'm going to do. It says here that it might take about 18 weeks or so it might not be something that we can make use of straight away, but it is something that I want to see Mason Mount have in his locker, is the ability to play in that central midfield role, dictate the tempo, dictate control of games, and really control possession in those central areas, as opposed to just being our right wing option, which I'm sure Pulisic and ZH will feature in as well. So that is what I want to have with Mason Mount, is him also coming through the middle of the park, not just in attacking midfield. And I actually think I'm going to leave the rest as they are. So let's move this toggle over and see who we've got. So we've got those players. I'm not going to say them all out loud. You guys can see. The rest will all just be unbalanced and just have their stats naturally go up or naturally go down, depending on their abilities and their influence on the team. So we will be going to London Stadium in our away kit and hopefully picking up another 3 points at the stadium that loves its bubbles. The rivalry between West Ham and Chelsea, like, this is coming from an outsider's perspective, someone who doesn't live in England. I feel like it's never been one of those rivalries that has been very hotly contested. I feel like the Chelsea-Spurs rivalry, if anything, has become the most exciting to watch in recent memory. So West Ham, obviously, they are another London team. But I don't know, for me personally, I've never seen this as a big blockbuster heavyweight fixture, the Chelsea Blues versus the West Ham United. So let's get ready to get this game kicked off here. I love this feature in game that they've added the bubbles and stuff. It's not as realistic because the bubbles are kind of spread out all over the screen, and they don't come from one direction, like they do in real life. But what I will say is, in previous FIFAs, West Ham have always been really inconsistent. Sometimes they're really difficult to beat, and then other times I've beat them like 6 or 7-0 because of how poorly that they're set up tactically. So this is my first time playing them in FIFA 23, so we will see how we get on and if they are any similar or different to previous FIFAs. They have got their first attack coming along here. Ben Chilwell should win that header and get the ball away.
Moving the ball forward with purpose. Could play it in.
Oh, West Ham coming through. No! Oh. I do not like that at all. That was way too easy. Koulibaly being caught out of position there. Thankfully, the shot was coming in with no venom at all. So it was an easy save for Mendy. Good clearing header, but Kante was not able to make the save there. Oh, I think that went out for a goal kick. Yes, it did. Wow, we dodged another bullet there. James, switch it out to Chilwell. Get into the feet of Sterling. Bad turn. Ran into trouble. The defender was just sitting there like a brick wall waiting to pick up the scraps that fed his way. Oh, beautiful tackle for Fana. Let's whip that out wide to Mason Mount, who may get there. If he wins this tackle, he does. Can he dribble past him? And Sterling, not the right person to be on the end of a header like that, but he was somehow able to win the aerial duel. West Ham defenders not doing their job on that occasion. Hopefully we can break them down sooner rather than later though, because I want to make sure that we're getting a comfortable lead early on in this game. Oh, it's been stolen there. Picked his pocket like he was coming out of the Now You See Me game, movie or whatever it was.
Thanks as always, Alex.
Good save there.
I'm not testing the keeper at all with that effort. Mount.
Beautiful one-touch play there. Get it into James again. Ah, Cresswell. Too good, man.
Lucas Paqueta.
That's a good pass. James should have it covered, though. Swept it out to Mason Mount, who's absolutely done the defender.
Well, Chelsea have had so much possession, as you can see, but they haven't done enough.
Let's switch it.
In the midfield areas.
Oh, what a pass. Off one step, too.
To change quickly if they're to win this one.
Kante has provided himself as an option. Finds Chilwell.
And Chelsea
Oh, no.
what can they do from
That was a terrible pass. I've made a huge mistake. Oh, let's make sure we don't get punished for it. Oh, jeez. How long do you want to take, West Ham?
Kehrer?
That counter-attacking opportunity just disintegrated before everyone's eyes there.
Final pass.
Declan Rice, the man we talked about in the last episode, as a Chelsea transfer target in real life, potentially. Oh, that's a great pass, Havertz. So good. Can we get him on the end of this pass?
Havertz.
Can we get Mason Mount in?
Miss, surely. Still a chance.
Oh, Kovacic sustain. Oh, damn it. I didn't get the touch right.
In the end.
Oh, if we could have sustained the pressure there, that would have been fantastic. But we've allowed West Ham to escape. And N'Golo Kante is able to run them down. And unfortunately, we're going to go into halftime with a stalemate, I think.
So 1 minute.
Neither team able to break the deadlock. Thiago Silva makes a great tackle. And Fofana is just going to clear this out as the referee blows his whistle.
Blows the whistle, bringing
So,
the first 45 minutes to
my analysis of the first half.
here. Your analysis
The game, I think, will be won or lost in the midfield. If we're able to control possession and just pick our passes, we will get an opportunity on goal.
Now the coach
A few times that we had the ability to get a shot off and really put the keeper under pressure, but we just didn't succeed in the way that we wanted to. But West Ham are dangerous, so we need to make sure that we go into the second half keeping our wits about us.
Well, underway once more, and it's going to be fascinating to see what developments occur in this second half.
Oh, Mason Mount. Oh,
Good tackle.
should have went to him quicker. Far too slow there. My own reaction speed was just on another planet right there.
For West.
Sterling's making a run here. Not quite able to find Chilwell. But Kai Havertz has got the pass. Chilwell, turn.
Could be.
What a goal! Get in, son!
And now they
Oh, that was such a great goal. West Ham made a huge mistake. They just gave us the ball, served it up and was like, oh, there you go, do something with that. And Havertz took control of the football and just created something magical there. Picked out the pass, and that is an exquisite turn and finish from Ben Chilwell, the left wing back, on his non-favoured side as well. Fabianski had no idea what the flippin' hell was going on. And Graham Potter claps to the Chelsea fans because they have got London Stadium pumping in the away end. Alrighty, now that we've got the lead here, can we get a second, or will West Ham decide to turn up the dial and put us under intense pressure? That should have been Mendy's ball. Can we find this pass here? Oh, here we go. Mason Mount is making an extremely good darting run. I'm going to hit this. Oh, what is he doing? The technique.
goal kick.
I think I overran it. So when I press shoot, he was kind of just losing his balance. And that shot was absolutely horrific. Alright, I can tell the intensity from West Ham has definitely increased. They will be trying to get that second goal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase our tactics to attacking so that we can put them under that pressure and move our players up the field for those counterattacks way more quickly. Another terrible pass. And look at this, so much space in the midfield. Gets it out to Sterling, who might cut inside. Oh, he's got no one across to, though. Let's whip it out. Oh, that was meant to go to James. Mount's got it, though. Into Kovacic. Mount again to find James. Oh, Kante of all people on the edge of the box. Not quite the right person there. Oh, this is trouble. Thiago Silva, with his old age, is not quite able to catch up. And Bowen has just absolutely fluffed his lines there. Let's whip that out wide. Oh! Oh no, that doesn't go anywhere near Mount. I thought that was about to hit him on the run then. Oh, good touch there. Doesn't quite work out though. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing with this. Let's switch it out. That was meant to go to... Whoa, what the hell just happened there? I don't even think the game knew who wanted to receive that pass. Oh, look at this. Way too easy. No, Chilwell, you make the run. Not Kovacic. The pass doesn't even hit the target. Pressure. Look at this. Great pressure. And the keeper does an awful job of getting rid of it. Oh, but they've unlocked my midfield here. We're in trouble again.
Now, who can he play it to?
Oh, he's done me.
Great block from
Keeper! Oh. What is going on?
Well, his skill level is so high. You're absolutely right.
Alright, the downside of using this tactic is, of course, our players get fatigued a lot quicker. So let's bring on some fresh legs into the middle of the park. Let's bring on Conor Gallagher, who has high work rates, as we discussed earlier. I think Cesar Azpilicueta. Actually, I changed my mind. Let's bring on Cucurella for Thiago Silva and do that, because Cucurella obviously has the ability to play centre back. So let's put him on the left-hand side. And then I think I might bring on Christian Pulisic for Mason Mount as a winger option. So I think let's stick with that for now. And I think we should be able to get to the finish line with that setup.
Well, they have been getting 3 substitutes warmed up. And by the look of it, all 3 are coming on. Well, doesn't have to do it on his own. This could level it. And he thwarted the attack with a masterful tackle.
Christian Pulisic, first touch.
Conte. And back with Pulisic.
Oh no, I should have gone inside.
James. Shown inside.
Oh, Sterling maybe at the back stick. He's just too short. Oh, jeez. Havertz, what are you doing there?
Has a go. Missing the target.
I don't know if that was a handball or not. That certainly looked suspicious. The replay doesn't quite show us. But Conor Gallagher, unmarked in the box, almost sneaked away our second.
Well, there's still scope for late drama here. 5 minutes left.
Oh, Kante gets fouled.
Between the sides.
Good call, referee. I thought he didn't give it for a second. Let's play it short. Let's not do anything silly. To Conor Gallagher, to Cucurella.
Gallagher.
Oh,
Superb block. Magnificent chance.
no one's able to get on this. I'm trying to steal a penalty here. James has got it. Can he find someone in the box? No, that was not a good pass. Kante, don't overrun.
Building up to a nail-biting finish.
Oh no.
Fans are making so much noise.
Oh no.
Can they get this equal?
Oh no, guys. Oh!
The electronic board showing
God, this game's easy when it does shit like that. Let's just hold possession. Run down the clock, guys. I think we're going to sneak a 1-0 result because a West Ham side could not unlock our extremely solid defence.
got to be really annoying for the opposition.
And look at how bad their midfield is as well. We might even sneak a late goal here with Kai Havertz. Shoot! Oh!
The bar back in play here.
Oh, and the follow-up from Pulisic was also pretty decent. Could you imagine if that went in the scenes?
On their supporters.
Would have been awesome away from home here. But Graham Potter has picked up another 3 points. And this time it was against David Moyes, a team and coach that have not quite got things clicking in real life, but in-game they have demonstrated that they are also not firing on all cylinders. Unlike us, we're getting some momentum going at the moment. We're starting to pick up some more wins and, climbing further and further up the table. So very, very pleased with that. And the 1-0 result, not great, but not bad at all. Alrighty, let's sit back and prepare ourselves for another Potter post-match, shall we? What's this game going to throw at us this time? I bloody hope not the same questions we've got in the last couple episodes. Alright, the first one is, just 1 goal in it, are you happy with today's performance? We gave ourselves something to hang on to, that's for sure. Obviously, when you go away from home, getting the win is what's most important. But if you can really show how good you are and really stamp your authority away from home, that's when you really show how good of a side you are. Because when the home crowd is yelling at you constantly, it can get intimidating. But we were able to bypass it today. It's such a big game against rivals for the supporters. Were you worried you might let them down? That's a good question. We soaked up the pressure. I think this kind of is in relation to what I just said about how difficult it is to go away from home. They deserve to hang on to their win for sure. Alright, so the next question is, a routine win today, are you satisfied? Well, I definitely wouldn't say it was a routine win. We definitely conceded some opportunities that definitely made us sweat. So, I think let's go with this answer. Unfortunately, it kind of moves the morale up a little bit. Not really. But Graham Potter has bypassed another interview with no shenanigans, so let's move on. Ben Chilwell did indeed score his first goal of the season, and what a goal it was. Let's progress, and we have now got to our next Champions League game. Thanks so much for watching, guys. That is the end of another Chelsea Career Mode episode here on the channel. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you smash that like button. And I will catch you in the next episode where Chelsea can hopefully continue to evolve under Graham Potter and get some more fantastic results in the English Premier League. Thanks so much for watching. Until the next time. Come on, you Blues.